Hello, my crafty friends. So I'm so excited to show you guys this card. There is going to be a video on how I made the background. I'm not going to show you how to make the background today. I got the idea from Kelly Latavola's her YouTube page. So I will post a link to her page, and I'll also show you the link of me trying this out. So basically what you do is you take Yupo paper, you put your alcohol ink on the Yupo paper, and before the ink completely dries, you take your foil, and where it has kind of pulled up, your foil will naturally stick to the alcohol. And that's because Yupo paper is a synthetic paper. It's basically made out of plastic. So the alcohol ink will soak down into it, but a lot of it stays on top. And as it stays on top, it gets sticky until it's dry completely. And that only takes a few minutes. It doesn't take very long at all. And then you get this really cool kind of veining effect of the foil sticking on there. So I know you guys are trying to see this on the camera and there's reflection, but believe me, it is so super cool. So we're just going to assemble this card today. So we have our background already made, and it's not sticky anymore. Everything is completely dried. And if you're not sure, just take some more foil and rub it over the top of it and until it's not sticky anymore. And it will lift up anywhere that is still sticky. We'll just absorb that. So yeah, I don't have any more sticky spots. So it's all dry, and this has been out overnight. So, and it's not going to rub off. I mean, that foil is stuck on there. So I have a card base made up, and then on the card base I have a black matte piece. So this is going to go over that. But then we have the sentiment piece. So the sentiment piece is made from the Foilables Creativity set, and this is from Creative Vision Stamps. And I like this set because we all have crafty friends, and sometimes we get crafty and sometimes we kind of lose our mojo. So this has some great sentiments, and it has two of every one. So you have creativity is contagious, pass it on. Creativity is messy, be messy. Has anyone seen my mojo? Be bold and you will create your wildest dream. Being creative is not a hobby, it's a way of life. So true. Creativity blooms like flowers in the spring. Just get inky, and life is short. Skip work, stay home, and craft. So these come on large 8.5 by 11 sheets, and you can see the sentiments are very large, so they could easily be the centerpiece of the card. And the Get Inky one was here, and you get 2 sheets of each one. So you get 4 total sheets, and you get all of these sentiments on there. So I love them. We are going to be using heat transfer foil from Creative Vision Stamps in the color Blade, which is also known as silver. And I already have my mini mink heating up over here on the side. So I'm going to try to pull that in the frame here. I'm sorry about the reflective lighting there, guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've already cut it out. You can use the sheet the way it is, but I have the stitched frame die, so we're going to run this through my Gemini. By the way, guys, I know I meant to do like a follow-up video on the Gemini. I just have not got around to it. There have been several questions about how to do embossing with dies on the Gemini. I don't do that too often, so I kind of need to play around with my machine and do that for you guys. I didn't forget. I just haven't gotten around to it because I'm too busy playing with foil. Alright, so I'm just trying to center this. Just using some post-it tape to hold it on the outside there. And then I have my magnetic shim, have my milky plate, and then my top cutting plate. And we're going to run that through the Gemini Junior. Count to 10. And yes, I will still say best machine I ever bought. Not too big, not too small, just right. Alright, so we're going to pop that out. So we have a nice stitched border. Alright, so then I have a soft brush here that I usually use to wipe off excess glitter. And I just want to make sure that there is no excess residue or dust because we all do like heat embossing and things like that. Your number one enemy to foiling is dust. Okay. I do have a mink mat here. I'm going to dust the inside of that. You don't have to use this. You can use regular copy paper and fold it in half. And then I have a piece of my blade foil and also going to dust the inside of that. That is going to be touching my image. So we always want shiny side up. Okay. And we're going to feed that through. And I have my mink on setting 3. So while that is going through, I'm going to adhere my Yupo paper. And I'm just going to use regular glue. I don't want to cover up all the pretty. I don't think I'm going to send this one to you, Laura. I think I'm going to keep it. You can't have it. So Laura takes our creations. When you see the other design team members' cards, she takes them and she puts them in her display booth so that they can travel the country. So you might see a couple of my cards on there that you guys have watched videos for. Alright, just making sure that that's glued down. So I want to show you guys something. What I can tell from the foiling is there is my reflection. There's kind of this bubble in the foiling. So what happens is the foil, the toner underneath gets so hot that sometimes you get this bubbling of the foil. And what that means is that if you have any images under there, it may or may not have transferred. Don't panic. So I'm just giving this a second to cool because I want to make sure that every area that is supposed to have foil is foiled. And we're going to slowly lift that off. And in this case, everything foiled beautifully. But if there had been a spot that maybe there was that little air bubble in there and it didn't foil, all you're going to do is one of two things. Again, dust it off and make sure you don't have any dust spots there. Get a clean piece of foil and foil it again. Any place that's black, it would refoil and adhere to, no problem. The second thing you can do, and actually I can see a little piece right here that didn't foil perfectly. So tiny, right there. The second thing that you can do is just take a two-way glue pen. So if you get a little piece that didn't foil, you can take that two-way glue pen, put it down on there, and then refoil it with not even through the heat machine. Just wait for the glue pen to dry a little bit and run it through. Okay, so we're not done with this. We're done with the mink. Actually, we're not done with the mink because that's going to drive me nuts. So that little piece didn't foil. So I'm just going to cut a little piece of this off of there. And we're gonna fix it. And that's because that little air bubble got in there. Which does happen. It just depends on the design. Do not panic. Alright, I'm going to run that through again, just to cover the little spot there. Okay, and us card makers, crafters know there's no such thing as a mistake. All you do is embellish it, so we're going to do that. I'm stamping my Created by Nancy stamps at YouTube on the back of this card. You can order your own customized stamp from Creative Vision Stamps. Remember too, you have my design team code, which is Nancy10. If you use that at Creative Vision Stamps on purchases more than $20, some exclusions apply. I will link that in the comments below. You will get 10% off of your order. Alright, so that's a little better. But it's not perfect, but that's okay, because what we're going to do is, once again, we're going to embellish. So, you might think, okay, now we're just going to glue that down, right? No, we're going to use pop dots, first of all, if I can find them. But secondly, the sentiment says, get inky. We are going to be putting this down on a beautiful background. and I don't know where to put it. It's so pretty. I got dust on it. So, another thing too is I have a little foil excess right there. I'm just going to take a little eraser and erase that. That's from running it through the second time. It kind of transferred some of that over. All right, but I'm not going to panic. So, we're going to get inky. So we're going to take some of the colors that I used on here, which are not as prevalent. So I think the yellow, which was this dandelion yellow, and we're just going to put a drop down right here. We're going to let that spread out. This paper has a kind of a smooth coating on it, so it'll take that ink and suck it and move it, which is pretty cool. There's a little bit of purple in here, so we're going to use some of that, which is this purple. I don't think there's a name on here. I don't know, guys. Purple. That's all I'm going to say. Ooh, purple and yellow clash, so we're not going to put those next to each other. We're going to put the purple down here. Whoa. And I think a little bit of flamingo pink. And we're just going to put that up here in the corner. Or do we want it down in the corner? I think I want it over here. See, we're being purposely messy. So we're just going to give that a second to dry. You don't really want to take the heat tool to it. It won't take very long. And at that point, if you want to assemble your card, you can assemble your card. And I would just take my pop dots, put that on there. And I think for this one, instead of putting it all the way off to the right, I think I might put it to the left. I don't know, because that veining is so cool. I really don't want to cover it up. But you get the gist of the idea, guys. So, again, if you have any questions, post them down below. A new technique you guys can use with your foils and some alcohol inks and getting that cool effect on the background there. So awesome. Let me check it out. And thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, post them below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll be happy to do more experiments with foiling for you guys. Thanks for watching and keep on stamping. Bye.